Oh, wow. Okay, that adds a whole other layer. Forced proximity plus a fake relationship while investigating secret.
Welcome to this deep dive. Today, we're not just summarizing, we're really digging into Sophie Clark's YA fantasy, Cruel is the Light.
Yeah, we've got the book description here. It paints quite a picture. Europe, a century into a war between demons and the Vatican.
Exactly. And our goal is basically to understand the core premise, the main conflicts, and what might really pull you, the listener, into this world.
Okay, so what jumps out straight away is that mix. Fantasy, but with a real historical backdrop.
Right, war-torn Europe, but then you layer on this massive, long-running demon war and the Vatican's role.
It makes you wonder how those familiar historical bits get twisted or reinterpreted by all the supernatural stuff going on. It feels a bit different for YA fantasy.
I agree. And at the center, we have these two characters. Selene first.
She's an elite exorcist. Sounds pretty high-ranking. And there's something about her family history. It seems important, maybe a burden.
Seems like it. Then you got Jules LaCroix, an orphan, but incredible on the battlefield. The Vatican specifically recruited him.
And his background is described as mysterious. That definitely signals there's more going on there than just being a good soldier.
So how do they get thrown together? It sounds like these unprecedented demon attacks are the trigger.
Yeah, across Italy and France. Big scale.
Yeah.
And it forces Selene and Jules into this alliance. Probably an uneasy one.
The description mentions distrust, maybe even some unwelcome attraction, a classic tension.
Could be fertile ground, right? Especially if they're both used to doing their own thing. Forced cooperation always stirs things up.
And then it gets even more complicated. For their investigation inside the Vatican, Jules has to pose as Selene's fiancé.
Oh, wow. Okay, that adds a whole other layer. Forced proximity plus a fake relationship while investigating secrets.
What kind of conflict does that usually create in these stories?
Well, you've got the obvious external risk getting caught, but maybe more interestingly, it forces them to, interact differently, see each other properly.
Beyond their initial assumptions.
Exactly. It could let a real connection form despite everything. And it sounds like this investigation isn't just about the demons. Selene starts questioning things.
Yeah, like who the real enemy is.
Yeah.
And Jules might somehow be tied up in the Vatican's own secrets.
So it's not just a simple good versus evil fight. There could be, internal politics, hidden agendas within the Vatican itself.
The description uses the phrase terrible conspiracy, something that totally shifts Selene's view of the war.
A conspiracy within the Vatican while fighting demons, that could be anything, couldn't it? Morally gray tactics, maybe? Hidden alliances, covering things up?
Something big enough to shake her core beliefs, it sounds like.
For sure. And all this is happening while their personal connection is growing, that whole enemies to lovers thing.
Right, the duty versus desire conflict playing out against these massive stakes.
And the themes mention identity, trust, sacrifice, the cost of war. They seem to fit perfectly.
How do you see those playing out?
Well, the cost of war isn't just physical, right? It's about faith, compromises. Identity could be tied to their roles and how those roles get challenged. And trust.
Especially between Selene and Jules.
Yeah, constantly tested by the conspiracy, by their feelings, by the Vatican itself. If you like Leigh Bardugo or Cassandra Clare, maybe Laini Taylor.
Authors who blend that big action, the romance, the complex world building in YA fantasy.
And this one, Cruel is the Light, might just be right up your alley.
Okay, so let's recap our deep dive. Cruel is the Light, YA fantasy, war-torn Europe, demons versus Vatican, century-long conflict.
Two compelling main characters, Selene, the elite exorcist with a legacy, and Jules, the mysterious orphan fighter.
Forced together by attacks, posing as fiancés, dealing with distrust and attraction.
And uncovering a conspiracy within the Vatican that changes everything, all while navigating that growing romance.
So it leaves you with something to think about.
Yeah.
What is it about blending history and fantasy that appeals to you?
And maybe consider how huge conflicts like this war test personal bonds, especially when you can't even trust the powerful organizations you're part of. What kinds of secrets hidden within institutions like that really grab your attention?
Grab Cruel is the Light by Sophie Clark, now on sale for $13.95. Don't miss this chance to build good habit and achieve remarkable results. Buy now, today.
Like and subscribe for more Bookhaven podcasts.